This is breaking news from 4 News Now.
Good afternoon. For 4 News Now, I'm Rob King. We're continuing to bring team coverage to the Gray Fire burning in Medical Lake. The fire started around 12:30 this afternoon and quickly moved, forcing evacuations for the city of Medical Lake. And just recently, we've learned the fire has jumped Silver Lake. So we're going to go live to 4 News Now's Natalie Grant, who's out at the scene. Natalie, you are out. You can clearly see the fire burning behind you. What's the latest?
Well, Rob, definitely a very scary scene out here. You can see the smoke plumes behind me. Let me give you a better look. Just dark black smoke coming out of the trees. We're just over Highway I-90 here, just outside of Cheney. Since we've arrived here, we've seen lots of smoke, obviously, as you're seeing. We've seen flames coming up from over the top of the trees. We've seen a little bit of air support flying into this fire, but definitely a very terrifying scene if you're driving on the highway here. Now, as you mentioned, evacuations are in place. The entire city of Medical Lake. That fire has now jumped over Silver Lake. There are level 3 evacuations in place. So if you are in one of those areas, we would suggest getting out now. I was just at Cheney High School where that evacuation site is being held by the Red Cross. People there are saying that they're hearing of people's houses that are burning down. Now, right now, we don't have any numbers as far as specifics there. People were carrying in their animals. People were carrying in people in wheelchairs. An absolutely terrifying situation for these people in Medical Lake, but people were able to get out safe. Again, if you are evacuating that area, make sure that you have a safe place to go. Cheney High School is being claimed as a Red Cross shelter as of right now. Just behind these trees here, Rob, I can see it looks like something is on fire just behind here. We're seeing flames coming up from over these trees every once in a while. Not sure what's burning over there, but definitely a scary scene here. Of course, we are going to be covering this throughout the night tonight, providing updates as soon as we get them into the newsroom. Here we'll be live all night tonight, keeping you safe. But for now, I'll send things right back to you in the studio.
Got it. Natalie, we have heard that multiple structures have gotten involved from that fire jumping Silver Lake. We do know cell towers are involved. We don't know what kind of impact that's going to have to the area right now, but we do know that that fire has burned multiple structures. And again, it's a lot of these windy conditions, that we've been covering all week. We've had multiple weather alert days this week. What are the current conditions right now from where you're at?
Definitely windy out here, Rob. We're definitely feeling the wind when I was here in Cheney, and then just being on the side of the highway here, you can definitely feel the wind, and I'm sure that is not doing this fire any favors as far as growth goes. But yeah, I would not be surprised if that is a main contributor here. It looks like some structures are burning from where we're at. Of course, we don't have that confirmed as of right now, but yeah, definitely a very scary scene. Get out now if you are watching this and you're in those evacuation areas. This doesn't seem like something that you're going to be wanting to take a risk with here, Rob.
Got it. I'm going to pull up this full shot of a map real quick. You can see State Route 902 is fully closed according to WashDOT. They are allowing people who are evacuating to use it to get out of Medical Lake. But again, and now we're also having reports of visibility issues just along I-90 due to the northwest winds that we are experiencing. Natalie, you were out at Cheney High School. Were you able to see anyone who was evacuating or speak with anyone there?
Yeah, quite a few people. I'd say probably between 30 and 40 people from when I was there. Like I said, they had their animals, they had their dogs, they had their cats, they had their children. There was people in wheelchairs that were getting assistance getting out. They have food, they have water, they have air conditioning for people to go. And in talking to Red Cross volunteers, Rob, they did tell me that if they need to convert to an area where people are sleeping tonight, they have the capacity to do so. They're not sure if that will be at Cheney High School, but they do have that in place. If they need to put people to sleep tonight, they have the capabilities to do that.
And for people watching, to talk about kind of the severity of how quickly this all evolved, the original evacuation site was Medical Lake High School. But because the fire moved so quickly, that could no longer be a viable option. That was no longer a safe place to evacuate. So they had to go all the way to Cheney, which is quite a distance away.
Yeah, absolutely. It just kind of shows the severity and how quickly this fire is moving here. Out in Cheney, things were looking good, kind of bluer, clear skies. Again, windy out there, but definitely a good place for people to be tonight. And hopefully crews are able to get this under control quickly here, Rob.
And I saw your tweet earlier from Cheney High School. It was terrifying. The backdrop of the high school was smoke. You could barely see the blue sky.
Yes, I know. Very scary, especially for the people that are coming there to be evacuated. But the people I spoke with just said that they were grateful they were able to get out. They were able to get their stuff out. They were able to get their animals out safe. Rob, we are seeing right now, we can see a helicopter that's flying just over the tree line here. We've seen a couple of these planes kind of circling around the fire, but this is one of the first that we're seeing in this area specifically right here. But yeah, definitely Cheney High School, if you need a place just to stop, get some air conditioning, get some water, they allow your animals inside as well. But that highway, as you mentioned too, is kind of it's the visibility is getting a little thick on that highway as well. Nothing crazy where you can't drive, but it's definitely something to keep aware of if you're heading out that way.
Absolutely. The fire was last reported to be 500 acres, but that was about 2 hours ago. We have to imagine that number will jump significantly from the next time we get an acreage update. We do have team coverage on this fire, and that will continue through the evening. We do have multiple crews down there for the Gray Fire. Natalie Grant, anything else you want to add?
Oh, we'll just keep you updated throughout the night at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock here right on KXLY, and of course through online as well, Rob.
Got it. Natalie, thank you. And like Natalie said, we will keep you updated all night. Also, be sure to follow us on all our social media platforms so you can get that latest information. Also, this is a good time to remind you to download the 4 News Now mobile app and turn on notifications. That makes sure that you get the latest in breaking news in your community. We are quickly pushing out notifications as this fire continues to move. We're pushing out updates as we get them and will continue to do so. So thank you, Natalie, for joining. Be sure to tune in to 4 News Now at 5, but for now, live in studio, I'm Rob King for 4 News Now.